Sup fans, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another horror movie review, and today we'll be covering, I think this is the only sequel that you can pretty much easily find from the Pumpkinhead franchise, and we're going to be talking about Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Winds coming up right now, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Alright guys, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action! Boom! Now, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share with your friends, and also hit that bell for notifications because, well, it helps the channel a lot. And if you're new here, welcome, sit down, relax, and enjoy the show. And yeah, I would kindly appreciate if you guys do hit that subscribe button because I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and well, let's try to reach that goal, guys. Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings. It is directed by Jeff Burr, and it is a low-budget, straight-to-video sequel to the original Pumpkinhead. But then again, it's a loose sequel, so I'll get to that later. And it stars Amy Dolenz and Soleil Moon Frye and all stuff, and J.P. Manu. If you guys know about any Disney shows like Phil of the Future, he's the principal, so he's in this movie. So a group of teenagers, they're thrill seekers and everything like that. So Danny and his friends, they like to just do stupid ass shit, and Jenny, gets played by Amy Dolenz, gets caught up in everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Andrew Robinson is in it from Hellraiser fame. So yeah, he's in it. So basically, Jenny gets involved with this group of bad kids, and they go up into they accidentally run over, not Haggis, Miss O.C. Okay, and they go off into the the woods have a name, Woods. So they go off and they try to apologize, but then again, they find a vial of cursed blood and everything, and they find like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead, and they find this ritual that they could conjure up this dead body they almost tripped over earlier. So they dig up the body. Well, Danny hits Haggis in the face or some shit like that. And then, well, she tries to get up, but she accidentally sets the whole house on her cabin on fire. And they dig up this dead body, and they put the cursed blood over it, and well, they say the ritual, but but it doesn't work at first. But then Haggis, Miss O.C. trips a candle over to this replica of the graveyard, so it sets a flames, and well, that's when it brings that dead body up. And what dead body is that? Well, that is Pumpkinhead. Not fully Pumpkinhead. It's actually a boy named Tommy, a deformed boy Tommy, who was murdered by this motor gang, Red Wings. In the beginning of the movie, they torture and murder him, and that's where Miss O.C. buried him. And well, these teenagers, conjured up Tommy as Pumpkinhead. Well, and basically, the original film is about like Haggis bringing the demon Pumpkinhead in the name of the victim, so he goes after them. So in a way, these teenagers summon Pumpkinhead on themselves. But then again, Tommy, who's Pumpkinhead, he's all out for revenge for the killers that killed him in the beginning of the film. So not only is after these teenagers, Jenny and Danny and their friends, but he's also after the Red Wings, the remaining, well, basically all the members of the Red Wings are older men at this point. So I was just gonna get onto the review. Jesus Christ, where do I begin? Here's the thing. I think that this movie's underrated overall. I love Pumpkinhead 2. Because before I watched the original Pumpkinhead 2 was how I was introduced to the franchise. Thanks to Svengoolie. I'm a kid from Chicago, and we have local, of course, back then TV, we had local TV stations, and one of them was, of course, WCIU. And around Saturdays, I saw this, and sometimes Svengoolie will air around the early afternoons. I remember because we went to Menards that same day. They showed Pumpkinhead 2. And what I saw the design, and I freaked out a little bit as a kid, but I was like, whoa, but it's cool at the same time. Pumpkinhead, he looks great in this movie, but unfortunately, the first 10 to 15 minutes, man, that gratuitous 10 to 15 minutes where they kill Tommy. Tommy's death kind of goes on for too long. Here's the thing. This movie traumatized me as a child because I'm not used to seeing people getting tortured. Especially how J.P. Manu, yeah, he plays Tommy, who is, now he's Disney famous, but he does a lot of comedy movies, which, hey, man, good for him, man. He moved up in the world. He got that Disney money and shit. But, no, Tommy just getting chased down, and they beat him with a bat, and then they cut him up. Yeah, Earl Dixon, yeah, the main guy. Because Danny, the head, the kid that runs this little gang of stupid-ass kids, his father is the one that killed Tommy, Judge Dixon, who was played by a great actor, though, from the young and old. He's really cool. But yeah, so Judge Dixon, man, he murders Tommy and all that stuff. And Yeah, when I was a kid, that movie, just that scene traumatized me as a kid because I'm not used to seeing long torture scenes as a kid. I was a little kid seeing this and seeing a poor little boy getting tortured and cut up. I didn't like that. I didn't like that a lot, especially how just Tommy screaming in pain and everything like that. I didn't like that at all as a kid. Now that I got older, when I got the DVD, you know, it's it can be hard to watch still. I gotta say, if you're very like, if you're not into like torture and all that stuff, especially torturing a little boy, you might, this movie might leave a bad taste in your mouth, and you might just shut it off because you might not even continue watching this movie. But personally, I got over it, but it took a couple of watches for me to fully get over it. Now that I look back at this opening scene and everything like that, it's kind of goofy a bit because I use sound effects and cutting sound effects that you would easily just download and everything like that, stock sound effects. And also, well, Tommy, he's a deformed boy, and they kind of deepen his voice a bit, so you don't have to feel so bad. But then again, still, it's still pretty crazy to watch that opening scene. But yeah, it took many years for me to watch to like, you know, to get over my fear of that and my trauma of that, because Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, but then now after that though, it's I love this movie, man. This movie's fun as hell. Yeah. So now I'm gonna go to now my praises and everything like that for a low budget 90s schlocky movie, man. This is amazing. I don't want to say schlock too much, but yeah, no, I love the effects, man. Well, then again, Pumpkinhead, he's a bit more, well, Tommy, he's a bit more mobile and all that stuff. So these are more cheaper, slimmer suit than the more bulkier looking Pumpkinhead. So yeah, so Tommy moving around is good, but then again, it kind of goes with the character a bit too, because Tommy as a character, Pumpkinhead, he is pissed. He wants justice for his own death, and you know what? I appreciate that a lot. He's more aggressive, and also they mess with his guardian, Miss O.C., and well, he's legit out for revenge. So it kind of keeps the name in the way for vengeance and all that stuff. But that's gonna lead to, like, you know, speaking of effects, that's gonna lead on to some of the cornier effects and all that. So some of the gore effects are pretty corny, especially there's some scenes where Pumpkinhead is stomping on people, and you see the nail like so plasticky, latexy looking that is bending back. Oh yeah, Kane Hodder, who played Jason Voorhees, he's in this movie, and he plays one of the Knox brothers in this film, and his death is funny as hell. But then again, I forgot to mention on the first Pumpkinhead, this movie, if you have epilepsy, you might have to not watch it, because there's a lot of flash movies, especially, I was watching the Blu-ray not too long ago of Pumpkinhead 2, and my 4K TV was flashing like crazy every time Pumpkinhead showed up, because Jesus Christ, the strobe effects are they just crank it up here, and you know, oof. So if you have epilepsy, do not watch these movies. I would say do not watch the sequel, because goddamn. But yeah, no, some of the effects can look a bit hokey, but I like it a lot. So again, low budget is really good. They use what they got. They filmed this movie in a month, or like 4 weeks or 2 weeks. So shit, man. Jeff Burr, you know, great job, because he was also doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 at the same time. So hey, that is really cool. The acting, yeah, it's okay. Andrew Robinson, he is the best, and especially like all the other ones, all the other, like the Red Wings, the older versions of the Red Wings, they're pretty cool. They're acting wise, especially Ernst, man. He is so funny. He also shows up in Texas Chainsaw 3, the actor. Really funny in this movie, man. He's really freaking funny. His death, I think, is my favorite death, I think. No, actually, I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but once Pumpkin starts killing the teenagers, it gets pretty funny right there, and it's really cool. But yeah, no, it's really freaking cool, man. Andrew Robinson, man, they're pretty cool. Andrew Robinson, yeah, the best character. He's basically the main character. He plays a Sheriff Brackett, and Brackett. Oh, I forgot, but yeah, Sheriff. He's really cool because he encountered Tommy as a child before, but then again, he saved Tommy's life and everything. So yeah, he actually feels sympathy for Tommy. But it's just seeing him try to crack down all these murders is really cool, because every time Tommy kills someone, he leaves the blood wings and everything. Hence the movie called Blood Wings. But yeah, but he's supposed to talk about, but Tommy's trying to say, you know, the Red Wings, but yeah, but these are just more like blood wings. So every time he kills a Red Wing member, he leaves a mark there, which is cool. But it's kind of awesome just seeing Andrew Robinson trying to crack down who is doing this, all that stuff. Amy Dolenz is Jenny, man. She was actually the best. She was actually the best actor out of all of them. But then again, Danny, he was really cool, and Soleil Moon Frye, she is really cool. Marcy, she is really cool. I like her acting. Everybody else is like, well, there are moments where they're like their delivery is too wooden, or they're just, you know, they're supposed to feel like afraid, but they're like smiling. Well, yeah, no, the acting is a bit all over the place though. Now that I think about it, because there's some where it's just a bit too corny or hokey, and there's other one where it's just too bland sounding, and I'm like, you couldn't do another take. But then again, they only filmed this movie like really short time. But yeah, but I gotta say my main criticism before I wrap it up. I think my main criticism of this film is that it is such a loose sequel, because it breaks away it freaking breaks the rules of what Pumpkinhead is, because Hag is the witch is supposed to summon, but then again, accidentally, you know, Miss O.C. the witch accidentally summons Pumpkinhead on accident. But then again, can you really conjure Pumpkinhead on yourself? Well, then again, she did. Miss O.C. did. I think Tommy's doing a revenge on himself and Miss O.C. when she cursed the kids for hurting her. So yeah, I think Tommy does go in the name of the victims, which is himself and Miss O.C. So okay, you know, I don't think it breaks the rules too much. But then again, around the end of this film, that's when I feel like, okay, they kind of break the rules a bit here. So yeah, but also it just kind of feels very loose, because it has little to no connection aside from, well, the creature has little to no connection of the original film. Like, it's not the same woods, and Miss O.C. is not Haggis, unless Miss O.C., that's her real name and Haggis is her nickname and everything. But it really does feel like it's a loose sequel, because it doesn't really fit. Yeah, it doesn't really fit into the timeline. Unless I could try to make my own headcanon and be like, well, this takes place in the same area, but this is a different town. It's like, this is downtown, or this is the same town, but this is downtown, and the woods are just called Farron Woods, and Razorback Hollows are around, you know, Farron Woods and something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's a when it comes to canon wise, it does feel like a loose sequel in a way. But this movie does also, but I would also say, if it's that way, this movie really works as a standalone movie, as a standard creature feature, and it really works. But as a sequel to Pumpkinhead, it doesn't really work. But I dig this movie a lot. I have a lot of fun watching it. It's just classic 90s straight to video. Yeah, I would say schlock, but then again, I'm gonna take that back. I think I would find it disrespectful for this movie, because this movie is just fun. If you just want to watch a fun horror movie with basically decent gore effects, nice practical effects with a budget, and, you know, pretty decent acting, then this is the movie for you. If you can muster up to go, you know, to watch the first 10 to 15 minutes, unless, you know, you find those 10s and 15 minutes hilarious, which, you know, you sick bastard. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's a really fun movie, man. It's a really fun movie, and I really highly recommend. Yeah, after you watch Pumpkinhead, I would recommend watch Pumpkinhead too. It's a nice double feature. It's pretty hard to track down now that the Blu-ray for Scream Factory is out of print, and I don't know if you can get the Lionsgate DVD still. So I don't know, but you can easily rent it. You can find it on streaming. Actually, no, I think you can find it on streaming, or you could rent it for like $1, you know, on Fandango at home or something like that. So, or iTunes. So yeah, so with that, I would give Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings a solid 3 out of 5. I like this a lot. So that is my review for Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you guys so much for watching my video. So let me know down in the comment section down below. Have you guys seen Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings? What you guys think of it? I would love to know. Please let me know down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your opinions on it. This is Javi from JAVIWOOD Productions signing off, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.